Good morning. This is day 2 of my water fast or water feast, whichever you prefer to call it. Yesterday, I did notice I was walking inside of the kitchen just automatically, and I was like, "What in the world am I doing in here?" I caught myself a lot of times. I hadn't noticed how often that I was going back and forth in the kitchen, but because I'm not like going to get food, I realized I'm like, wow. Then I turned myself back around, like, okay, so I guess I've been walking back and forth and that often. It's a lot of exercise. That's all I know. Also, today I'll be putting some sea salt. That's what I wanted to say yesterday. Just like maybe a little tablespoon um, throughout the day. Just put a little bit in there, in my water. It helps also, like, if for people that haven't did this before, the headaches and stuff like that, a little bit of sea salt kind of helps. Uh, but it was all right. Yesterday, I got a little bit more studying, reading, and researching things that I like to do. When I start doing the water fast, I find that I focus more on things that I guess I do have time for, but for some reason it feels like I don't even think about doing these things, or when I get ready to do them, my mind is focused on something else. I hate to say focus on food or focus on what I'm gonna eat or what I'm gonna prepare, uh, or just randomly walking in the kitchen as I notice. Maybe that's what I've been doing with my time, but it's crazy. It's just crazy how often I did that yesterday and had to turn myself around. So I did do that all through the day. Just relaxed and researched things that I really like. It was very fun. I don't know today what I'll spend my time on, but my focus is a little bit clearer. That's what I kind of love in this process. The focus, your focus is so clear. Your mind is so clear. You can think about things that really is gonna help help you to succeed in whatever that you want to do, whatever choices that you make. You'll find that it correlates with uh, what you choose, what your choices are. Sometimes maybe you don't know your choice, but this process, during this process, you will come to find out your passions, what you're really into. If uh, if you have problems with that. Also, on the first day, you'll find that you're gonna urinate a little bit more. It's not to the point where it's complicated or it's a problem, because when you do go urinate, you're like just getting rid of a lot at once because your body is just releasing, because your insulin which is your insulin is going down. What controls whether or not you're actually losing water or fat or whatever, because when your insulin is high, it just holds that stuff in, it's storing it, you know, because it's not, you're not elevated. Your body is not balanced enough, and it holds fat and water and everything. It's almost impossible to lose uh, lose weight or or get rid of water retention whenever your insulin levels is high. Um, you know, and it's not we're not saying that you have diabetes or anything, which you may want to get that checked. It's just the amount of sugar storage that's regulating your body, the amount of that that you're putting in your body with the different products that you eating is just storing, and it keeps that insulin elevated. Uh, but there's a whole lot of details with with that, and a whole process with that. But that's a that's like basic. So basically, if you actually want to learn about why your body is holding on to fat, just kind of look up how insulin levels play an effect with body fat. So whenever you're doing the water, drinking lots of water, and you're not putting all of that stored those stored products inside of your body that contains a whole lot of sugar. When you take that out, the the stored the stored your insulin levels, the storage of those, it just starts to go down. And so when it goes down, it allows your body to actually start to lose fat. Uh, but but yeah, so it's pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. Also, another thing, if you have like if muscle soreness or knee, leg soreness, or any soreness in your body, you'll find out when you start losing all that excess water that's stored in your body. Um, your muscles, you'll hear it start kind of popping because you're able to move your muscles more. You're able, and it's and that's a good thing, because no one wants to be limping and hurting and your bones hurting and aching. So on the first day, like uh, probably like the end, like when you get ready to go to sleep, you'll find that you'll start stretching, and you're able to stretch more. Your elongation of your muscles, you know, you'll be able to bend your legs more. Also, like for people that are overweight and obese, what happens is uh, it's hard for them to get up and down because of the weight and the muscle soreness. So that'll go away. That's totally gone, and it's a credible feeling whenever you're able to just get up and You don't have to like take a second and think about it, because it's a long time once you get trapped in your body, trapped with um, heavy weight that you have to account for, because you got to balance out that weight with your body. um, you kind of feel the weight, so the muscles will show you that, hey, it's a little bit too heavy for your body, and you'll start getting the muscle soreness. But whenever you do that water fast, that'll go away. Those pains and that cracking in those cracks whenever you get ready to bend, you'll you'll hear popping that you didn't realize that your bones wasn't stretching out. It's very surprising, but it feels good because you carried the weight, uh, carried those pounds so long that you forget, and you soar, and because you actually don't feel those that anymore, you just carrying it around and not don't know why I'm so sore, or why I'm so heavy, or why I'm walking so slow. So that's another good benefit, um, that you get just from the first day uh, of the water fast. So I think that's about I can think of, uh, which is some good. I mean, it's just been one day, and that's some good benefits. So I feel great. I feel great about it. As far as hunger, no hunger. I don't feel hungry. The only thing about with like I said a couple of times, the only thing is just automatically walking in the place where you just been walking and walking back and forth, not realizing how many times that you walk in the kitchen. So if you are like, this is your first time doing it, I would be aware of that because it's easy. I remember a long time ago when I first did my first water fast, the first time. I remember I wanted to do it, but there was something, and I wouldn't last long. Now I'm thinking maybe because I was walking in the kitchen and just picked up something and started eating it. So just be aware of how many times that you're walking in there, and don't pick up anything. So I don't know. I don't exactly know how. Maybe put stuff in the top of the cupboards. Another thing, sometimes, like when I first like started trying to do something with myself years ago, I I remember I took everything one time and just put it in the freezer, because if you do walk in there, it's frozen. That'll give you a that you'll be like, wow, okay, I ain't sitting here and wait for all this stuff to defrost. And another thing, another process in your brain is to understand everything that you got you can buy again. So if you do freeze it, oh god, this is gonna mess up, or I'm not gonna be able to use it. By the time this process is over, you're not gonna want it anyway. So just put it in the freezer if um if you really like have a your control your control is just so out of whack, your balance is so out of whack, um chemically in your brain, because that's another thing that happens when you know your your chemically imbalanced. Uh, that's another thing that happens where that you're just going and picking up stuff and the eating out of control. Um, your brain has the balance back too. That's what mine is doing right now. But some of this stuff I kind of know because I researched a lot. I did this and like I said, bit by bit, year by year, I found out this information, that information, this information. So I kind of got a whole process that I do now to make this smooth for me. Well, but those are some little things that I do. I know that happened yesterday. So this is day two, and day two, I normally just like hang out. Even if I'm working and I do water fast or water feast, I just kind of like go to the side to myself most of the time. I don't really tell people what I'm doing because some people they won't understand. Um, People think you're killing yourself. They think it's unhealthy. You're gonna die. All of these false things that people think. Whenever, in reality, you got about over 40 meals in your stomach. so, so whatever. I don't know how you gonna die and you got 40. I know I probably got more than 40 meals just sitting in my stomach that had to be digested. So whatever. What they say a long time ago, whatever's clever, baby. So yeah, this is day two, and I'll just be like relaxing or whatever and researching more stuff that I love. Uh, this is a good time for me to my brain to put a lot of stuff in my brain that I really love, process stuff that's already in my brain. So it's like clearing out the old baggage, putting in some new good stuff. So thank you for listening, and I'll be back tomorrow to hopefully I can kind of focus and think of the things that's going on day two, and maybe it'll help somebody. Thank you for listening. Bye.